Hey, Queen City Gaming fans, welcome back, folks. So today, guys, we are playing our second to last game here at the Cherokee Open. We've got Droids versus Rebels here. There was a slight change with the pairings due to a dropout. All right, so we've got Brian and Richard up on stream, with Richard having the Droids, Brian being the Rebels. We are playing on the Shrimp Farmers map from the Mandalorian. They're currently drawing out cards, and then we're going to be doing deployments. Alrighty, guys, so what did we go with? We ended up with advanced positions, intercept the transmissions, and fortified positions. So we are back. It looks like deployments are wrapping up between the Droids and the Rebels here. Alright, so the Droids doing the normal Droid ball, with the Rebels countering with a Rebel ball. So it looks like we've got Han in a land speeder with the Chewies behind the build, or with the Wookiees deployed with the Rebel vets, and the Mark II medium blaster set up with a unit of snipers over at the far intel point on the right hand side. So there's a handshake, guys. It means we are starting our first game with first command cards coming out of the table. Remember, Lando does have a flaw card that can be played once 3 cards are in the discard pile for command cards. Alright. Orbital strike and push coming out, so it will be a roll-off. Alright, and with Rebels taking it on turn 1. Alright, so it looks like we are issuing to those Rebel Trooper units, which are giving to the Mark II medium blasters. Alright, so the droid player doing his droid chain, going all the way down with a unit of Magna Guard in the bag. And then it looks like 2 link targeting arrays activated on the Staff Riders, as well as aggressive tactics on all 3 Staffs and one of the Magna Guards. And then retinue onto the Magna Guard, giving them a dodge token. So overall, tons of tokens going out on the droid side on this first turn. So Kraken activating, strategizing, taking the suppression, and giving a dodge and aim token out. And then taking a slight move up into the terrain, which could be a little risky for him. But I have a feeling this droid army is going to surge forward, so he really has to make sure he can stay within command range. Alright. So this is the orbital strike coming into the sniper team down there. So it looks like 3 shots going into them, with sharpshooter taking away their cover. Alright. Blocks 2, but they still end up dying. So first kill of the game goes to... sorry. Only 1 dies, but still goes, still a great shot all the way from across the table like that. Opening bout with that orbital strike. So these droids really positioned their barricades for their 45 position really well, actually being up the table, looking at where he wants to be rather than where he's starting out. Our Rebel play, on the other hand, it did position a little bit further back with his Mark II medium blasters. He's trying to set up a bunch of fire supports, especially with Lando on the table. giving them like sharpshooter 2, which is interesting. This is actually the first time I've ever seen Lando on the table, so we'll see how he goes with this. All right, looks like 5 shots going into Kraken Guardian, 2 onto the Magna Guard. So 1 wound going onto the Magna Guard from the Guardian, and then 3 saves on the Kraken. Alright, so saves 2, takes a wound on Kraken, opening up with the suppression going in as well. Alright. So compulsory move up, taking a dodge and shooting into the unit behind the barricade there. With 5 hits so far. Spinning the aim to increase it to 6. Cover drops it down to 4. So 4 saves for these rebels. And 2 save, 2 die. So 2 wounds onto the Mark II medium blaster there. Alright, so it is quite interesting. We are actually down to 1 Imperial player, 1 Rebel player, and 2 Droid players in this final 2 games of the event. Alright, so it looks like we have a wound going, I believe, to Kraken again. Alright, purple unit of stabs activating. So blue and purple, I believe, are the ones with the linked targeting arrays. And then the green have the HQ uplink. Right. So our stab rider's going up just a tiny bit. So first action was to move, gaining a dodge token with Agile 1. Alright, 6 going in, I believe, to the medium blaster there. Alright, so 2 through after cover. Alright, another wound onto the medium blaster there. Those guys being FAQ'd to have 3 wounds each has been fantastic for those, and I've seen a lot of them on the table. Alright, so measuring some ranges out for the other Mark II medium blaster, it looks like. Alright, looks like he's actually moving his Wookiees up in this case. Alright, guys. So it looks like Bowcaster's going in and cover takes it. But still suppression going downrange. Alright, man, he is really trying to take out that Mark II. Oh no, he's leaving the other steps behind and moving up a B1 unit instead. It's amazing watching these games, guys, because they are so hyper-focused on these range bands and movement distances and keeping things just a perfect balance to get these combos off. And they're really, really precise with it. It's almost like watching a surgeon. Because they will measure, remeasure, and try and try and try and try. Alright, so it looks like the land speeder is activating. They're setting Han off to the side. Just so he doesn't fall off because he is a nicely painted miniature. And then the land speeder is going to aim and fire downrange. So talking about the wonderful land speeder with the gonk droids. Alright. Alright, Surge had Impact 2 going in from the land speeder.
I chose that side, and then we pulled this deployment, which puts red deployment on this side, and then I decided to put everything over.
Alright, suspending 2 dodges with cover 1 from those 7, dropping down to 4 saves onto the purple steps there on the side. Alright, spinning a surge and saving 2, so taking a wound. Alright, green steps activating, pulling forward. Taking an aim. And trying to get Han in the land speeder. Oh, 2 crits so far. 1 hit. Using the aim for nothing. Second aim. So just 2 crits going through after heavy cover. Uncanny luck. Taking one on Han already. All right, so activating the first unit of Wookiees. Now these are melee Wookiees, so with a bowcaster rather than a ranged Wookiees. All right, so looking at the bowcaster coming in on the purple for nothing. All right, moving up unit of B1s, just trying to get some line of sight and some range. Alright, so B1s are tapping the rocket and going after, I believe, either the Han or no, going after Han. Alright, one crit going into Han, and he saves. Alright, so the sniper is going. Now this is the only model left in that unit. Remember the orbital strike taking out his other team member. Rolling for the suppression because it was suppressive. Looks like he is only going to have one action, and he's going to go back around the corner there. Alright, looks like a Magna Guard shooting. Oh, B1 unit shooting. Alright, 5 hits into the Wookiees. Ooh. Alright, so one Wookiee goes down and 2 wounds on the other one. Great shot by those B1s. Alright, so Han gets drawn and out he comes, rolling for suppression. So one suppression comes off, so he is only up to 1 action for this turn. Alright, gunslinging with Han, first shot into the purples. Alright, so that's 2 hits, so 1 stab goes down. Alright, so debating here with Sharpshooter 1 on Han, what he's going to hit. He can either go after the green or the other green stabs, the green B1s. or after the blue with them having a dodge token. So going after the greens. All right, so green staffs using their dodge and cover, taking away the other one.
So we're gonna go with.
All right, so Magna Guard are moving up, so they'll be right in range of these Wookiees behind the barricades. All right, so 5 hits from the Magna Guard into the Wookiees, but drops down to 4 after cover. So 2 damage going onto a Wookiee, which is going to kill one and put 1 wound on the bowcaster of that unit. Alright, so just doing some checks on these Magna Guard to see if they can get a shot in. Alright, so Magna Guard able just to get up in range to be able to take more shots at those Wookiees. Okay. Drawing that chip from the bag, now moving and shooting, no aims on this. Alright, so 5 hits going to 4 with cover onto the Wookiees. And just 1 wound going through. Correction, 2 going through. So that takes out the bowcaster Wookiee. So some devastating open rounds of fire from the CIS player. And we're still not done. We still have a couple B1 units left to activate. Alright, so we are shooting a rocket into the sniper and then everything else into the Soul Wookiee. So suppression onto the rocket with cover taking care of everything. And then into the Soul remaining Wookiee with everything else. So 2 hits, 1 after cover with a blank, so that's going to be a wound on the Wookiee. Alright, so it's looking like cleanup is happening now, and we're about to head into turn 2, which it will be a scoring round for intercepted transmissions. So overall, a devastating open round of fire from the droids, but we saw in our third game from yesterday that Rebels have ways of coming back, especially with Han and Lando on the table. I'm excited to see what this list is going to do and what he can do, especially with some cool fire supports from the Mark IIs. So, waiting on card pools. Alright, covering fire and do not underestimate our means. Alright, so roll off to see who takes it, and it goes over to the droids. Alright, so it looks like we went down the line and have issued to pretty much everyone. Link targeting arrays are activating, and retinue giving out dodges onto the Magna Guard with surges on them. One surge on Kraken, and another surge onto the green Staff Riders, and then green and blue Staff Riders use their link targeting arrays to gain dodge tokens. Or not dodge, aim tokens. Alright, and with the recovery from the command card, the rockets are ready again for the B1 battle droids. Alright, so green steps are going to take an aim and go ahead and open up with a round of fire.
I mean, if you don't want to take that second action, by all means.
Alright, so 4 hits after cover. And looks like 2 wounds going through onto the Wookiees. And then finishing up with their compulsory move afterwards. Alright, measuring out some Guardians, trying to aim up some good shots. Alright, so taking some shots into Kraken with the, looks like Mark II and the Rebels. Alright, so 4 crits, 3 hits going in. Guarding into the Magna Guard, so 1 block, 1 wound. Guardian 1 onto the damaged Magna Guard unit with a block. Alright, 4 saves on the Kraken. Ooh. So block 1, spend a surge to save another, and takes 2 on Kraken, with Kraken at 4 wounds currently. Alright, Kraken activating, rolling for suppression. Gets rid of 2. Alright, Kraken lining up a shot against that Soul Wookiee. So using that newly acquired dodge to make it to where Kraken did not hit any. With Kraken running away, which is probably good. Because if that tactical droid dies, he loses a lot of benefits, especially from those command cards. Alright, going with the Wookiees on the right side of the table. Alright, switching out dice because of Indomitable, see if they... Oh, and all 3 suppression gone. So that Wookiee is free to do whatever he wants to. Yep. Alright, so just some debates of what to do with this Wookiee over here in the corner. So taking a dodge and shooting into the Magna Guard. Alright, all that for nothing apparently. Alright, so blue Magna Guard shooting into that Mark II with 3 hits. Reroll with the and second aim. So it looks like 4 in total going through, 1 crit, 3 hits, 2 canceled out by cover. Correction, that is into the Wookiees, not the Mark II. So 3 wounds onto the Wookiees, killing 1 Wookiee off. Alright, and then the blue step's doing their compulsory move forward. So it's interesting placement here. It's going to be really hard for this land speeder to finish its compulsory move. And repulsor vehicles who cannot do their compulsory move do take damage. Now, they also cannot displace either because those are ground vehicles. They're not trooper units. So pulls the land speeder. Alright, so we are split firing with the land speeder. Alright, shooting the rocket into the purple staff rider who has yet to activate. Re-rolling with the aim. Alright, 1 hit, 1 crit. Failed save onto them, so that soul staff rider's down to 1 wound. Alright, and then the main gun and the driver shooting into the blue staff riders. They do have cover, I believe. Alright, so 3 hits, 2 get canceled out by cover, and 1 spinning a dodge, so nothing going through onto the staff riders. So now they have their compulsory left to go. Alright, so compulsory move going up with an airspeeder, and luckily he was able to find a small pocket in there to fill in. So the purple staff is going. And they're taking an aim at the Wookiees and shooting. Critical 1. Well, 2 crits so far on natural rolls, using the aim for nothing. So 2 saves on Wookiees. Block and a fail, so a wound onto the Wookiees, which will kill the bowcaster off. These Wookiees are going down fast. Alright, purple compulsory moved behind the rock. Quote, he is scared. So commander comes out of the bag, so you can either do Lando or Han so far. Alright, going with Lando.
Especially with that
So, quote, I want to live, and took a dodge token with Lando. Alright, so Lando's going to take an aim at shooting into the Magna Guard. Sharpshooter's going to take them down to no cover, but they do have an aim token. So dodging one, taking one, and with Pierce, that is a Magna Guard down. Alright, so the B1's behind the barrier, taking aim and shooting at Han with 7 dice. Alright, nothing so far, and nothing. Alright, Han comes out of the bag, rolling for his suppression. So looking like shooting at Super Tac. Right, and that will take out the Super Tactical Droid, which is a huge win for these Rebel players. Alright, and then the second gunslinger going into the purple stap and taking the purple stap out. So Han clearing out 2 activations in 1 gunslinger, which is exactly what this Rebel player needed. Right, so just moving up to make sure that they can score the intercept, the transmission with those B1s, and moving on up into through the cover. All right, so the B1's lining up the rocket and going to send some shots down at the Wookiees. All right, so heavy cover with the rocket and the B1 shooting. 3 crits going through. All right. So regular guy is destroyed out of the Wookiees. So both Wookiee units down to just 1 model each in them. Okay. Looks like the sniper taking a shot in. So re-rolling the white on the aim. So 2 going into the Magna Guard. They take a wound. So we've got 2 units up on the rebel side. Magna Guard are activating. So keeps their suppression. Looks like they are running over to that rebel defense line. So using their unhindered to get up there into action. Alright. So Magna Guard going into the regular Wookiee. They are in range 1, so the whip is going in as well. Alright, so 2 saves on the Wookiee after a dodge. Alright, and that is a dead Wookiee, so 1 Wookiee unit down so far. Alright, so the Wookiee clears off 3 suppression. He gets 2 actions this turn, but what is he going to do? Alright, so it looks like the Wookiee is moving forward, trying to get in scoring range for the intercept point. Alright. So Wookiee moved up, Magna Guard going over the barricade, lining up some more shots. Alright, so the Magna Guard unit, the full unit cohering up, taking some shots into the medium blaster. Alright, looks like changing his mind, and he's actually going to move over towards the sniper, towards the other intercept point. Alright, so for the last unit for the Rebels, we got the Rebel veterans. Taking 1 move over the barricade with reduced speed. Checking ranges to those Magna Guard down the way.
So we're gonna put the PS into them.
I was just touching. My intention was that they were in the tree.
I know it's not in the
Because they're suppressed.
Yeah. So Rebel veterans shooting into those Magna Guard with surges. So 4 hits goes down to 3. With 1 Magna Guard going down. So we got 2 B1 units left to activate, and I believe 1 unit of Rebel troopers left to activate as well. B1 battle droids are going to move on up. And taking aim and shooting the Wookiees. So, light cover on the Wookiees. Lots of white dice with 3 black heading in. Alright, light cover dodge goes down to 2. With no saves, Wookiee goes down to 1 wound remaining. Alright, B1 battle droids moving up. Okay, just going back, talking about dodges and the Wookiee attack. Alright, so blue B1's moved up using the rocket and going after the lone sniper over there. Alright, so 5 total going through, but 3 canceled with cover. So sniper goes down. Alright, so both units are done. Time for cleanup and going back in.
Oh yeah, I thought you were done.
Alright, so 2-0 at the end of the round for the CIS. We're going to clean up and head into round 3 here. Remember, the super tactical droid was destroyed in the last turn, so it does limit the command cards for the CIS player. And he also has to nominate a new commander. He's also split his forces into 2 different areas, which will be a little interesting for his order control. The rebels, though, they are hurting. Some bad placements with the barricades made it to where they were outside of range 1 of that center objective when they moved up, which is not going to be great for the rebels. They're going to have to do something to get up there and score those points. But with both Wookiee units gone, as well as the sniper team, it's kind of a rough go for rebels right now. We're going to see if they can pull it out like we've seen rebels do in the past, because there's always hope. So, looking into command cards. Alright, so we had assault played by the droid player and then contingency played by rebels, but looks like we're going to do something different. So alright, so going into Idiot's Array. So with 3 cards in the discard pile, Lando's getting 3 dodges, 3 aims, and he's gaining marksman and gunslinger. So this could be a big turn for the Rebels, especially if he combines it with a good fire support. Hey guys, who's the new droid commander? Alright, middle Magna Guard unit is being issued as the new droid commander. Alright, so droid issued down the line was able to have order control. The new commander is the 2 units of B, is the Magna Guard in the middle, and then the other Magna Guard gained a retinue for being within range 1 of them. Alright, so Lando going, rolling, hit, or crit and a hit, using marksman and an aim to go up to a hit with Pierce 1, rolling for the Magna Guard and a failed save, which means an entire died Magna Guard model. Alright, and Gunslinger is activating now. Alright, Gunslinger into the other Magna Guard. Alright, spinning both aims to make 2 crits into that unit. Pierce 1 on this with double saves, so 1 wound, which will actually kill a model. So Lando's last action was a dodge, so he's up to 4 dodge tokens now. The Magna Guard are activating on the far side, taking 2 moves to get into combat with the Mark II medium blaster. Alright, looks like the whip going into the Rebel veterans with 2 hits in there, with 2 blanks and a mobilization token as well. Alrighty. Okay, so now 2 models with tenacity into the Mark II medium blaster. Looks like 3 hits. Alright, so 3, looks like 3 wounds on that Mark II for right now. So core comes up for the Rebels.
So I wouldn't be able to shoot out because he's right there.
When you activate with a range 1, and I wasn't right? Yeah, pick up Surge's range 1.
Alright, so going back to into the fray with the Magna Guard picking up surges for the activated unit. Alright, Rebel veterans aiming and firing into the Magna Commander.
That's 2, and I'll
Rerolling the aim. So 2 hits are going in. Saves 1. The Magna Commander lives with 1 wound left. So steps into the Rebel veterans. Have 2 aims to use. So aim 2.
We'll pick up a 4 straight with 32.
Alright, so we got 4 crits with 2 hits. 2 hits getting covered out by cover. So 4 saves on those Rebel veterans. And 3 go down. Alright, so Rebel veterans behind the building activating, rolling for suppression. Alright, and then Surge is getting activated onto the Magna Guard from Into the Fray. Alright, so aiming and shooting from the Rebel veterans into the Magna Commander. Using that aim for a reroll. So 2 saves, and he saves them both. So Magna Commander lives to mock them another day. Hey. Green B1s are going to activate, I believe, into the Wookiee. With the aim. For 1 hit, so a suppression onto the Soul Wookiee. Alright, Core Trooper comes out for the Mark II Medium Blaster. Rolling off 1 suppression. And it stays. He still gets 2 actions though because he has Courage 2. And Into the Fray activates, giving the Magna Guard to each a Surge token. So dodge token on the Mark II. Yep. So rolling to hit, doing nothing to the Magna Guards. Red B1s are shooting into the Wookiee. Alright. Rocket and B1 shooting into the Soul Wookiee Survivor, hoping for, So 3 hits, 3 crits, taking off 1, which goes to 5 saves. And the Wookiee goes down. So, alright, so Wookiee comes out of the stack, but the Wookiee died, so draw the next token, and it is the Land Speeder. Land Speeder's going to aim.
I think we're going to I will be honest. I think you have already won. Yeah. I'm just trying to figure out how I can make myself feel better. So we're gonna go. We're gonna go main gun and driver here.
All right. So Rebel player is splitting hits at this point because of the Land Speeder's positioning. The front gun can only shoot forward, so he can only hit the B1s, but the rockets and everything are shooting at the Magna Guard commander there in the center. So 2 blocked, and the Magna Guard goes down. So the droids have now lost 2 commanders on the table.
And I read receipts, so I lost my.
Yep. And then you got your.
Alright, 6 dice into the B1s
2, 3, 4.
with 4 saves onto the B1s. No saves, 4 B1s go down. Alright, and then last we have the compulsory move. Now remember, with the compulsory remove, they can displace enemy units with it. Alright, so Step Riders are activating. Looks like green is going to pivot, shoot into the Rebel veterans with heavy cover.
Nope. Get in there. Oh man, lots of critical.
Alright, so 2 hits, 4 crits, re-rolling the 2. So we're going to have 3 that are going to go through after everything, 2 that were canceled out by cover. Alright, and that wipes out the Rebel veteran unit. Alright, so Han coming out of the stack.
And I do honestly think it's aim and fire in both units.
Alright, so Han is going to take an aim and fire at both B1 units into the green unit.
Only heavy cover on them that light because they're in the area trade. Yeah.
Right now, this will be green.
So 2 B1s go down, and then into the red units. Spinning the aim to re-roll. 2 hits, 1 cancel off for cover, and then Pierce will take out a B1 battle droid. Alright. So B1 battle droids moving closer to the objective. And then last unit of B1s. With nothing going onto the Rebel Vets from the B1 unit. So, into the round, time to clean up things. So not much left on the Rebel side going into turn 4. But let's see what these crazy Rebels have up their sleeve, especially seeing what Han can do in that land speeder.
Oh no, I would not. This is far from over.
Alright, so continuing into the game, we have 2 full health commanders and a full land speeder going, so players want to continue to see what's going to happen. Especially with the droids being whittled down with 1 Magna Guard unit gone and 2 staffs up, one of which are wounded. Could be an interesting game. Alright, standing orders. And then a 0 pip from Han. So Han taking the order token. With an aim and a dodge going on to Han. So Staff Riders issuing to themselves, or issuing to them and doing the droid chain down. And then, who's new commander?
New commander is Magna Guard.
Alright, and then other Magna Guard are new Magna Guard commanders for droids.
So, if you could agree, I'm going to disembark here, and then guns.
So, Han activating first, disembarking,
Poor green guy has no cover.
and then going to Gunslinger first into the B1, crit and a hit. And going into red, cover takes one, Pierce one will take the other. So green B1 squad goes down, and red takes another suppression and a wound. Going with red, rolling for suppression. And they panic off the table. So that is a rare occurrence, guys, of droids actually suffering from suppression. So they do panic and run through the difficult terrain to try and get off the table as quick as possible. Alright, so just fixing the order token issue. So Lando pulled from the stack. Alright, so Han taking some shots where we don't know yet. Yeah, Han Lando taking some shoots. So Lando taking a speed 1 move up. Alright, trying to figure out where Lando's going to shoot. Going into the B1 unit right behind the barricades. Alright, so one with sharpshooter pierces it, pierces a B1 off the table. Alright, so it looks like we are going with our staff riders next. So staffs are compulsory moving up. And then our first action will be to move over, and then second action will be to shoot the rebel veterans there behind the barricade. Alright, 6 black dice, critical 2, no cover. With an aim, taking 6 hits on those rebel veterans. Alright, and that is the rebel veterans going down to the staff riders. These staff riders have been absolutely fierce this game. Alright, so land speeder comes out of the bag and is moving up and around. All right, so critical moment for the land speeder, figuring out targets. They are within range of one of those B1s, so they cannot shoot the rocket into them. So rocket's going into green B1s, it looks like. So first action will be to take an aim. Rocket into the green B1s. All right, 2 crits into B1s. And block 1 B1 will go down. All right, and finally the main gun and the driver into the B1s. There is an aim here, but he only 1 dice to reroll. So 6 saves on the B1s with no blocks, and the B1s go down. Rebels making a big comeback this turn with that land speeder. Alright, heading into the bag, see what the bag of misery gives the droids. And it is the core green troopers that just got hit by the rocket. They keep their suppression. 6 white dice into Lando and then recovering. For 1 hit. Alright, uncanny luck reroll for Lando. And still takes a wound. Alright, so second action they recover and remove the suppression. Alright. So the Mark II activates, giving the Magna Guard a surge. Alright, so just an aim punch from the Mark II. With a miss and the aim. And surge to hit with a block from the Magna Guard. Alright, so the Commander Magna Guard are pulled. What's the question, guys? So guys, you can't disengage because it will be 2 actions.
It's 2. I thought disengage is 1 action, but it uses all your actions. That's my only question.
Alright, what's up?
So, AI move cannot perform if disengaged. Or can perform.
You just have to be a move action, right?
It just has to be a move action. And disengage is a move action. Because
I will double triple check, but
because we've got, he's saying I can't, and I'm not sure.
Yeah.
I've seen him run across
Yeah.
it, so.
he didn't expect me to live.
No.
Yeah. So,
Yep.
yep.
It's the difference between whether or not points scored. So.
Sure, yeah.
Alright, so looking into the rules on withdrawing with the Magna Guard. They are under their AI, so they do have to make a move. So it depends on the wording of withdraw as to whether or not they can do it.
Draw is considered a move action.
Okay. And AI states that I must perform.
Grabbing. Yeah. She wants to do that. Double check there's not a bullet under AI. If it doesn't call it out specifically, then that perfectly fine. Do you have native cover? I have cover. Yep, AI move means you just a move action.
Okay, so I was actually wrong on this. So with the AI move, they can withdraw away from the Mark II. So Magna Commander are going to AI move in. All right, so Rebel or droids going with the Staff Rider, taking an aim and shooting Lando. So 3 hits so far using the aim, nothing. Second aim, So 2 crits, 3 hits. Light cover knocks it down to 4 saves on the Lando.
Okay, those two.
With uncanny luck 2.
Alright, so he takes 2 and a suppression.
Lando taking 2 wounds and a suppression. And then Staff Riders move up with their compulsory. All right, so end of round, and it will be 3-1 with CIS in the lead. Going into turn 5. So that's actually really something cool to learn with the Magna Guard. I've been a droid player for a while, and I'm used to B1s where B1s can't do the withdraw if they don't have an order token. But with AI Move being on Magna Guard, that makes them even better. So even without the order token, they can still withdraw if they need to, which is excellent to know and something I didn't know, to be honest with you. All right, so Lando's flaw card coming out. So no contingencies and no Lando cards this turn. All right, so we have Ambush and Turning His Tide. So order goes to the Blue Staff Riders, and then they coordinate into the Magna Commanders. Right, Magna Guard are taking an aim and then charging into Lando. So we got Tenacity, the Whip, and 2 models going in with the aim token for the reroll. For 6 saves onto Lando. Alright, so looks like 2 saves so far, 2 rerolls with Uncanny Luck to save 2 more for 2 more wounds onto Lando. So 2 wounds onto Lando. He is just barely alive, but he is alive and safely nestled between those Magnas.
Giving him a good show. We can at least admit that.
2 different commanders. That's funny. Everyone who gets nominated dies.
Alright. So found out Friday. That's a really good strategy. Skirmish, kill a commander.
Objective. I guess so. But see, it's being played again. It's not good for me.
So I really. Alright. So again, if you would be so kind, I'm gonna move forward so I can get ready.
Alright, so Landspeeder moving up, taking aim at those B1s down the table and shooting everything into the green B1s.
I can wipe that unit. This changes. So after your first one.
Alright. So 3 hits, 3 crits currently. Reroll with the aim. So 4 hits go down to 2 with heavy cover, so 5 total saves, which is enough to wipe this unit.
Block 1. 4 down.
Alright, so 4 guys go down with 1 model left in the squad. So Staff Riders from the blue moving with compulsory. Repositioning. And shooting the Mark II. So going through the barricade, so he will have heavy cover with this.
6. And what do we got?
So 6 shots going in,
5 connecting so far. And
using the aim.
5.
So 5 hits going down to 3 with heavy cover. So no.
Oh, you're fine. Okay, good.
Yes. So the Mark II goes down.
You've got contact bait. Yep.
So we've got 2 commanders and a land speeder left on the rebel side, and 2 units of B1s, 2 staffs, and a Magna left for the droids. So core comes up, pull a commander. All right. So Han is going to activate. So Han's going to take a dodge and shoot into the B1s in heavy cover. All right, correction. Going to take an aim and do 2 shots into the red B1s. All right, spitted the aim to reroll. Hits canceled out by cover and pierced one of the B1s.
My bag. We got. Give me them. Do they keep panicking?
All right,
No, they do not.
so the
Immediately AI attack on.
B1s roll. They do lose an action, or they do lose 1 suppression. So 4 white dice into Han.
Take a crit.
Well, that low profile puts it up to
Yeah, either way. Crit.
So duck and cover to take a suppression comes into heavy cover, and then 1 save on Han, and he makes it. All right, with activating Lando. 2 suppression to roll off, and Lando rolls them all off. All right, so aiming and punching into the Magna Guard.
Search to crit. That's 1 hour. I don't think we'll need it.
All right, 1 hit so far.
just one.
So 1 hit so far, even after the aim reroll. And Magna Guard saves.
These troopers, I got an AI attack, but I don't even think this guy has an SIT. But I have to do it anyway, so nothing.
All right, so AI attack from the B1s into the land speeder, and then doing a move to get back behind cover. All right, going back into the bag with the staff riders up. And then using AI move.
That's fair, I would too. So 7.
I have to AI move. Do I have to? I don't have to move.
No. Only for compulsion.
All right, so AI moving up and going back just a little bit. And rolling 6 dice into Han with cover 3. All right, so 2 crits into Han. All right, uncanny luck for the double reroll. So Han takes 1 wound and 1 suppression. so it looks like we are into the next turn so far. So turn 6, not a lot left on the table. All right. So standing orders with Lando going into
1-2, and then you
all in.
All right. So get some of these. I might actually need some Each enemy unit at a range 1 to 3 and in line of sight of Lando gains 2 observation tokens. They're basically circles.
We only have one more.
2 here.
I think we gotta do it.
what's the range?
Not spin dodges, but we'll have 2 units, twice a capture.
Not minus.
So that is
Number 2, or when he gets it first, it's going to be him. It's going to be the speeder, and I don't think I
you have one. Let's guarantee.
Yeah, so this one goes. All right.
All right.
Before he declares an attack, I
Not only
qualify
did I
that
not see them,
you may declare shields or credits. It's before.
Oh, this is the one that like doubles the amount.
Yes. Rolls dice during attack. You may declare shields or crits. After you roll, re-roll defensive. There's at least one of those. Add 2 of each one, and it's for. It's on both attack and defense. It's gonna be weird.
All right, so doing some weird things on the Rebel side with All Out. He's given observation tokens to the Magna Guard, both staff units, and the B1s hiding behind the downed ATST. So Lando taking a dodge, hoping to live. And then punching the Magna Guard. All right, declaring crit.
Or does the surge not count?
It's after the reroll dice. So a reroll dice.
And you just get to reroll them with the card.
No, just before the dice. So I declare that. I declare crit. After the reroll dice, there's at least of one of them I add 2. Now the question I have, I don't know this. This is the second time I've ever used this. Is it surges go now?
You know who doesn't? Hey, Ryan.
All right, calling a judge over to clarify some wording on the all-out attack.
Okay. Rerolling.
Oh, this is the all-in turn?
Yeah. I called crit.
Yes.
Does this, do I get to turn it?
It is, this card specifically calls out before reroll dice and reroll dice steps to convert surges after. Actually, after roll.
Okay, did not happen.
Okay, so spending both observations.
Yes. No, spending just one because that'll turn into it's basically a surge.
No, they reroll.
No, they are reroll.
Oh, they're
So you may as
rerolls.
well reroll and look for the both
Yeah.
crits again.
All right, so using the observation tokens, rerolling both dice, hoping for a crit, with 2 blanks coming up, so no all-out attack onto them.
But I'm gonna keep it there for defense.
Yeah.
The trick with that card is place the flag earlier.
That's I did not. Okay.
And then I'm going to go ahead and
Right.
see if that's range 3 to 5.
So blue steps activate, and they are going to aim and take some shots into Han.
You're good. Super cover. Super cover, picking up a second aim. Let's see if we can kill a Han.
So 6 black dice with 2 rerolls.
There's our crit 2 so far. Honestly, I can't get enough through. I'll leave that out for now.
All right, so keeping 1 hit for now. Spinning the second aim. So 3 hits get canceled, 2 crits go through. Han fails both saves, go into uncanny luck. It's into 2 wounds onto Han. He still lives, though, with the super cover saving him. Alright, so Land Speeder is activating and moving to get in range of those B1s hiding behind the AT.
You got him. No cover.
Yep. All right. So we're
Alright,
gonna do.
no cover on these shots.
We're gonna go into them, and then yeah, and they have to.
They have light cover and 1 dodge.
So let's start with these guys.
Alright, so rockets into the blue Staff Riders, and everything else into the B1s. So spending 2 observation tokens to reroll the white. So 2 dice go down to 1 for cover, and then he will dodge the last one. Everything else into the B1s with no cover. And 2 observation tokens. Okay. So 6 hits onto the B1s.
5 blocks. None.
So B1s go down, and that is the last B1 unit left. Or correction, that is second to last. We do have Red Squad still left over by Han.
4 white dice into super cover Han.
So red B1's activating 4 white dice into Khan
1 crit.
with 1 crit going through. Alright, so 1 fail. Reroll with Uncanny Luck.
You know what?
Alright.
Play it out, but
And Han goes down. Alright, so B1s are moving into... So B1s do take a speed 1 move into the scoring range. Magna Guard are activating.
I'll do my best. I've got 5.
So 5 hits into Lando.
Call. It's just blocks. It's just shield. So double the amount. Is there any?
Alright, so... Alright, so Lando is...
how would that affect you remove 2 of mine. Yeah.
Alright, so Lando with All Out is calling shields.
Just the 2 dice, so you remove my searches.
Alright. Alright, and... Oh, Uncanny Luck!
Not enough though. 'Cause
Nope.
Good game. Yeah, I called it.
Alright, so that is going to wrap up our game here with the droids taking the win. We may have a double droid in the finale, but excellent game. Rebels made a huge comeback and did a fantastic job trying to whittle those forces down and take out those scoring units in the end. So great job to the Rebels, and thank you so much for the game. Guys, if you are new to the channel, please make sure you subscribe for some more Legion content. Comment down below, tell me what you think of the streams. Hopefully we can do more of these at some more events. Alright, thank you so much for dropping by, folks. This is Queen City Gaming, signing out.